And what did you have final expenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, like I'm gonna die or something like that.
Yes, yes.
So they pay funeral and stuff like that?
Sorry?
They pay for my funeral and stuff like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh wow, that's cool. How much is it
Yeah. What do you mean?
for death benefits?
Yes, ma'am. It is a death benefit.
Okay. All right. How much is that?
Yes, ma'am. The rates and the coverage plan depends on your health history.
Depends on my what?
Depends on your health history.
I don't wear depends.
Depends on your health history.
Oh, depends on my health history. Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Yes.
blame you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So
Well,
you had a conversation with one of my associates and you
oh,
requested more information regarding final expense insurance.
yeah.
And you mentioned that you are 71 years old,
Yeah.
still residing in the state of Oregon, zip code 97022, right?
Yeah.
All right, gotcha. So now, ma'am, before we go over all of the state-regulated programs you qualified for, and then for sure you can tell me what to do next, okay?
Okay.
I would like to briefly go over who I am, what I do. I am the state licensed agent for the state of Oregon, and what that means is that I'm actually the decision maker who will help you to identify all of the discounts and programs you qualified for. So there are three incentive-based discounts you qualified for.
Uh-huh.
So just to make sure, ma'am, you're still residing in the state of Oregon for at least 1 year.
Yes.
Okay. Do you are on a social security or you are on a disability?
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes. Okay.
social security.
Uh-huh.
All right. And do you have a regular bank account, like saving or checking account?
Yes, I do. I sure do.
All right. Okay, I got you. Perfect. So now, ma'am, you definitely qualify for some discounts. You are perfectly qualified to apply for this state-regulated plan. Our state-approved plans are designed to cover 100% of your burial, cremation, or any other final expenses, and are usually paid out within 24 to 48 hours of notification, which takes the burden of your family completely. Okay.
I don't want to be
When they are
cremated.
trying,
I
sorry,
don't want to be cremated.
you don't
It,
want to be cremated.
no, it reminds me of cream of corn soup or cream of mushroom soup. That's awful. Would you
Yeah.
want to be cremated?
Yes, ma'am.
You do?
Yep.
Why?
Do you want to be cremated or you want to be buried?
I want to be buried
All right. All right.
so the worms
I
can
will
eat me.
provide information. I
The
got you.
the worms will eat me though.
When they are, all right. Ma'am, when they are trying to figure out where the funds are going to come from, at that time we are the one to help you. And if you don't mind me asking, have you ever experienced any close family member or a friend passing and you had to deal with their funeral or final arrangement?
Yeah, I had to buy my friend's urn. She earned
Oh
her
my
way
God,
to
I'm so
heaven.
sorry to hear this.
I know. I bought her a
My
pink
sister,
urn. I know it's awful. And then her husband
yeah.
died a year later, and so we put her urn inside his casket. True story.
Uh, oh my God.
I
My
know.
sincere condolences to you, your friend, and your family.
Yeah,
The
condolence.
loss of someone dear to us is never easy to forget, you know?
I know, the condolences. You know, I have really bad pimples. Do you think I can die from pimplerema?
You have what?
Bad
Pimplerema?
pimplerema and hemorrhoids. Can you die from hemorrhoids?
Good. No, ma'am. I wish you good health and long life. Yeah, but God forbid, we being humans cannot do anything about it because these are God decisions, you know?
Yeah, that's
maybe
right.
you're gonna pass away, so you don't have to worry about it. We will be help you regarding about your final arrangements, about your give you some funds for your beneficiary. Okay.
All right.
And
Can I come?
make sure
Like I come back. I'll come back to life and haunt people. Those that are nasty to me.
Sorry.
I'll come back to life and haunt people. I'll be a ghost. Do you believe in ghost?
Ghost?
Ghost. G-O-S-T.
No, ma'am. No. I don't believe in ghosts.
G-O-S-T.
No.
How about the Holy Ghost? G-H-O-S-T.
No, ma'am. I don't believe that. I don't believe in ghosts.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am.
You want me to play my piano?
Ma'am, you are interested in final expense? Or
Yes, I am interested. Yes, I'm just trying to make sure, be friendly with you because I'm alone and I don't have anybody's help.
Okay, I will help you, ma'am. But the least we can do is to take care of the hardships associated with this crucial time. And that is exactly why the state has regulated this program to assist the senior citizens in their financial and in such depressing times. Okay?
The depressing time?
I'll proceed your call, ma'am. You are currently a smoker or a non-smoker?
Oh, well, I pass gas a lot. I fart, but I don't smoke.
You are not smoking. Okay, you are using any kind of e-cigarettes, nicotines, or tobacco products?
No, but I don't want anybody to know, but I smoke marijuana. Is that all right?
All right. And Luna, you are 71 years old. What is your date of birth?
Yeah, you got my spelling right. My name, Luna, L-U-N-N-A is two N's, like tuna with two N's.
Yes.
T
Yes.
Luna.
And the last name?
T-I-C-H-H, capital H-H. That's Hungarian Hawaiian. I'm named after my first great-grandson.
T-I-C-H-H-A?
T-I-C, capital H, capital H. That's Hungarian Hawaiian.
Okay.
And I'm named after my first great-grandson. Yeah, they named me after my first great-grandson.
All right. And you're 71. What is your date of birth? Your birthday?
April 1, 1952. Did you know Chad Daybell's his trial starts on April 1st, 2024?
April 1st, 1952.
Yeah, so I'm 71. Hi, Tara Cobb.
Hey, ma'am.
What?
Hey, this is Chris Williams, the Senior Verification Officer on the line. How are you doing today, ma'am?
Chris Williams?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you spell Williams?
W-I-L-L-I-A-M-S.
Are you related to Ted Williams?
No, ma'am. I don't know him.
You don't know Ted?
We may be.
Do you know Ted? Do you know Ted Williams?
I don't know him, ma'am.
He's a baseball player. Oh, I
Because
think he's a
I'm not
football.
into
He's a
baseball.
football player. Ted Williams. He's a famous.
Uh,
Do you like
I'm
football?
not into. I like soccer.
Oh,
Yep. I
eh,
only follow soccer. I don't follow any other sport.
oh,
And in soccer, Cristiano Ronaldo is my favorite player. He's my idol.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, God
Do you know
says we
about him?
no. God says we shouldn't have any idols.
I mean, not that kind of idol. I mean, I look up to him as a player.
Oh, really?
I also play. Yep. I also play soccer. That's why I just look up to him. That's it.
Oh, I play
He's not
footsie.
my. Mm-hmm.
I play
Go ahead.
footsie.
You play 50?
Footsie.
Clipsy.
Footsie.
Mm. Footsie. Oh
Footsie.
my God. I play footsie sometimes too.
With your grandma?
Yep.
Oh, I'm
She's
just
still alive,
teasing.
my grandma.
Oh, how
And I
lucky.
play that. Yep.
Do
And
you
I
live with
play
your
that with my mom, my grandma. We
you
all, play together
do you do you,
sometimes.
do you live with your grandma?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes, when I'm on my holidays, when I'm like free on my weekends, I go there with my grandma, with my
Oh,
mom.
do you have
So
kids?
we all play. I don't have kids.
You're not married?
I'm not married.
Would you like to get married?
I mean, yeah, I would like to get married,
To an
of
older
course.
woman like me?
I mean, love is blind. Love doesn't know limits. And
That's right.
love thinks age is just a number, right?
That's right.
So if I fall in love with you, definitely, why not? I mean,
Oh,
I don't discriminate, ma'am.
you fall in love with me because I got money, huh?
I mean, not because of money, because of love, ma'am.
Oh,
I also have money. Money is not an issue.
what kind of money do you have?
What kind of,
Yeah.
pardon?
How
I
much
didn't get that. I mean, what
how
kind of,
much money do you have?
I mean, like, I make like $7,000 a month. I mean,
You make
7K a month.
you make 7,000 a month?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you
So,
live on
like,
that?
pardon?
How do you live on that? That's only
I mean,
60,000 a
I can go
year.
up to like 100,000 for a year. Bonuses included. 100,000 every year.
Oh, so you get bonuses?
Yes, ma'am. Yep,
Um,
bonuses as well.
wow.
And we can work extra. So we get paid extra too for that. So, sure, ma'am, why not?
Yeah, for
You're
kidding.
Luna, right?
Yeah,
Can I call you Luna?
yeah,
That's more suitable, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Luna, you were having a conversation with one of my associates, and he mentioned that you are 71 years young. Your date of birth is April the 1st, 1952. And he mentioned that you are on Social Security income and you're retired and you have an active bank account, right?
Yeah, very active bank account.
And you're looking into burial insurance and you don't smoke cigarettes, right?
Correct.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But
Ma'am,
I'm
I'm just
trying
going
to
to give my
wonder, should
personal
I get
courtesy.
buried? If I get buried, then the worms will eat me.
I mean, I will also get buried. So, I mean, my spirit, that will go into heaven, but our body, it can be regenerated, right? I believe in God, and I believe that God will keep me safe.
But bad
I'm not
people,
worried about that.
bad people don't get reincarnated.
I don't believe that I'm bad.
I
I'm
don't
good.
want to be buried. It's the worms that will get me. I really am scared of the worms. Ass. I can't believe this guy. Oh, I told the first guy I didn't want to be cremated like cream corn or mushroom cream of mushroom soup. Hello, Larky, and surviving the storms. And Tara Cobb. Is that like corn on the cob? Oh my, what a day. You know what? My husband had a thing on his tongue. He's been battling cancer since 1985. He had oral cancer because I had the HPV virus because I was ERPed. I was 17. And this jerk gave me the HPV virus, and he got me preggers. I was 17. I had a baby. It was just after my 17th birthday, so I was still 17 when I had a baby. And I got HPV virus. And the nuns told me, I stayed at Luth Memorial Hospital. The nuns told me I'd never find anybody to marry me. Benefits for your group of friends. Okay, to play bridge with. Really, I should have told him. We want a cremation package. We can all burn together. I wonder if he'll call me back. He saw lunatic, Lunna, Luna Tick, Tichh, and Hungarian Hawaiian. I'm named after my first great grandson. Hello. I'm asking for a friend. Yeah, really. Hey, Lark. I'm making some cute, darling, but don't tell anybody. Pillowcases, Panda Bear pillowcases. You want to see these Panda Bear pillowcases I'm making? They are darling. Anyway, these scammers are so bad. They're horrible. They are taking millions a week, and there's no way of stopping them. I know somebody that lost 3,000 this last. Okay, I'll show you. Hold on. Ooh, I hope nothing falls out and I don't give a peep show here. Hold on, I'm going to get the fabric. You tell me if these are going to make cute. I have a sewing and I have an embroidery machine. I used to have a little business. Hold on. You're going to love it. Hold on, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. I'm eating the Panda Bear stuff. Hold, please. Okay, here I come. Here I come. I'm making Panda Bear pillowcases. $25 each. And that's with your name. That includes your name embroidered on them. So I have a machine, embroidery machine. One of those great big machines. Anyway, look. That's the part of it. And then the other part of the pillowcase. And then I use this part as part of it, the pillowcase. And then I embroider the name in green, Luna Tick. So do you think that's worth $25 each? But these are cute. I mean, that's what it cost me to make. I'm not making any money, but is that cute? And it's nice fabric. It's not cotton. It's kind of a poly blend. So it won't fade. Is that cute? Anyway, so what do you think about those cute pillowcases? We're holding. I want to see the fabric too. I can't sew either. I think that just might make us losers together here. I like the fabric. Isn't it cute? At least 25 each. Yeah, that would include embroidering their name and also shipping, because it'll cost me about $6 to ship. So, but I see stuff on Etsy. I saw them darling little pillowcases with little kittens on them, 3 different fabric, and they charge $6 or $8 each. I can't believe it. Oh, Lark, yeah, I'm in boring. Hey, did you see my last my video on the all the cops? We had 20 cops on our street. I think I need to shave. we, we, we had 20, 20 cops on our street. Oops. And I'm not kidding you. For Boring and Eagle Creek, we don't even have a signal. We have stop signs. But anyway, Oregon is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful out here. Anyway, remember I said that it was about 12:30 and I woke up to the sound of sirens. Just sirens kept going on and on and on. And I don't, we never hear sirens. Never. Need a hedge cutter for those. A weed whacker. My hair used to be longer and I could put it out my bathing suit, but I won't tell you which part of my bathing suit. Anyway, I'm terrible. I got to find my panties. I have a pair of panties that at least a 75-inch waist. Anyway, I love to laugh. So remember I told you about those bodies that have been found right here behind my house? Right there. Right there. Anyway, then we heard some sirens. And then we heard more sirens and more sirens. And the sirens kept going on and on and on. Oh, are you talking about the home? Valley Ray? Yeah, Valley Ray. Yeah, Valley Ray will confirm that. Anyway, they found a couple of women here right in my back area, and then the sirens kept going on from 12:30, 1:30, 2:30, 2:45, and then I looked out front, and there's cops in my driveway with their shotguns pulled. That oops, oopsie, and then they're going. They're giving instructions for a felony hot stop. I used to be a sheriff, but anyway, it kind of scared me because, what if he thought my cell phone was a weapon and he shot at me? That would kill my cell phone. Anyway, I went back in the house right away and woke my husband up, and then I woke the gal that's in our guest house, and so we all went onto the back deck and we watched the thermal. They have a heat-seeking thermal imaging, really, really expensive drone. I told my husband, let's put our drone up there too and chase it. And he said, no way. He wouldn't even let me get the drone up because I wanted to see, because it was behind the trees and I couldn't see. They had some people pinned. Anyway, they've been holding satanic rituals down here in the back. And it is a serial killer. Valley Ray proved it. Larky, did you see how Valley Ray? He really did. He's a really nice guy. They won't tell me how many bodies, but they told me, yeah, we suck here when it comes to the homeless people. But some of them are pretty nasty. I was going into, where was it? Not Taco Bell, but one of the place, Baja Fresh. And they're usually $8 for, a decent meal, just beans and rice, up to $10 for a burrito with beef in it. Um, oh, Vicky Diaz, oh dear. Yeah. But anyway, no, I talked to there's more than 6 bodies. There's nine. And this is information that I was able to dig out from a trusted law enforcement agent who works in my area. But I told him, I says, there's things happening. And I says, be careful of this one person. And 4 hours later is when everything went down. So they took me serious. Anyway, they arrested, I think, 3 people that were down there doing the satanic seances. And can you imagine having 20 cop cars in our area? I haven't seen a cop car come down our road for months. We don't get any cops because we're just way out here. There's not enough resources. Now the high school has a sheriff, their resource sheriff anyway. So that was exciting having 6 cops here. Um, wow, Valley Ray interviewed her sister and posted his live with her. Oh yeah, I remember that. She said that she saw her and they worked together. Didn't she see her and then she came up missing a couple hours later? And I think people are disgusted because these girls are in escort service and they kind of feel like they deserve it. But when I was in law enforcement, I used to despise these uh, prostitutes and thieves and drug addicts and stuff until I really got to know them. And you know who Jesus hung around? He hung around those that were broken people, like Mary. She'd been molested by her uncle. And that's why Jesus said, I don't blame you. And they brought him to her to accuse her of prostitution. And there were all these men. They said, okay, Jesus, it's the law that she must be stoned to death. And that's the law. So what are you going to do? And Jesus said, he who is without sin gets to throw the first stone. And so they all picked up their stone. And as they picked up their stone, Jesus started writing something in the sand. This is in the Bible. Do you know what he wrote in the sand? The names of their girlfriends. Yeah, these guys that had the stones in their hands that were going to kill the girl. He was writing the names of their girlfriends because that's true. These guys are not without sin. And these girls that are homeless and addicted, the reason they're addicted is because 9 times out of 10, they were molested as little girls. And this is how they deal with that feeling of needing to cover up, alter that feeling, because I was almost 5 when things started happening to me. My uncle was 22 when my mother let him babysit me. And he showed me his one-eyed snake and in the bathroom. And I was terrified to go in the bathroom. And I started wetting my pants at night. And I told my mom why I wouldn't get up and go to the bathroom. And she got mad at me and said, well, I was making myself look too sexy. Wow. And since she blamed me. So I was scared, but I had that horrible feeling all the time, scared. And I didn't turn to drugs or alcohol or other types of bad behavior. Well, I guess you could say I have bad behavior shopping. I shop a lot, buy stuff. But because my husband earns a good income, I don't. Oh, I know my mother is a horrible mother. She was a monster. And then when I was 14, she let a man that they'd never met before, and I'd only seen him once. They let him take me for 2 days. Yeah, constant fight or flight mode. So when I was working at the sheriff's in the Las Colinas, the women's county jail, I got to meet a lot of these women. See, that's where Betty Broderick was. And my neighbor, Gary Oshbach, he was the lieutenant there at Las Colinas, drove him nuts. Anyway, he died of a heart attack. It was so bad. He was young. He was early 70s when he died. And he just ruined the whole jail prison system because she was just crazy out there. But her husband, Betty Broderick, her husband drove her to it. He was a horrible jerk, horrible person, always putting her down. She had mental illness. I'm not making excuses. Um, yeah, that man, the guy came up to our house, told my parents that I was his daughter's good friend, best friend. That wasn't true. And that his daughter and his wife were sick, and that I needed to, that their neighbor's son was terminally ill, and they needed to go to Sacramento, which was 110 miles away from home, and they needed a babysitter. And yeah, Betty was pushed and pushed and pushed. And he called her fat, he called her names, and she tried to look good and everything. So anyway, this guy, his name was Richard. I don't even remember his name, his last name. His daughter, Christy, I met her at the swimming pool, and her dad would pick her up. Her dad, Richard, would pick her up, and that's where he saw me. I was just 14 and a half. So he came to our house and told my parents that his neighbors needed a babysitter. His wife and daughter were sick, and if he could take me. And this was Friday afternoon about 3 o'clock, and he would bring me back Sunday or Monday. Going to keep me 3 days. And I said, Mom, I don't want to go. My mom had just gotten home from Sacramento, and she was with my sisters and had groceries, and I wanted to stay home and see my sisters. My sisters lived in foster care and were only home every other weekend. So that was my only chance. I lived with my biosperm donor on 10 acres there in Grass Valley on the Rough and Ready Highway, right across the street from the Abracadabra thrift store. You can look that up on Rough and Ready Highway below Bitney's Corner in Grass Valley. And I had nothing to do. My mom was gone, no TV, no telephone, no radio, nothing. And so I started sewing things by hand, and that's how I learned to sew. I'm an excellent seamstress, not to brag, but the clothing I wear is award-winning, and I can put them in the state fair and win blue ribbons for what I make because I was self-taught. I'm not bragging about it, but this is how I learned how to sew uh, so well. And I had nothing to do, and I would go to the Abracadabra thrift store, and I'd go through their trash stuff, and I found a pair of drapes that were burgundy color. They were brocade burgundy drapes. And so I got those out of the trash, and I made a pair of bell bottoms because I was going to go to the Sonny and Cher concert in Sacramento. I was going to hitchhike. I stole a Volkswagen when I was 15 and I crashed it. True story. Anyway, I wanted to get away from these guys. I think it was the Beale Air Force. No, I don't know which Air Force base is outside of Sacramento. They're in Marysville, I forget. Anyway, my parents let this man take me, and he took me into I got in his truck. He had a red and white truck, and he got into his truck, and he drove to the bowling alley, and I sat in the truck for forever. And then he finally came out, and then he took me to the Dairy Queen, and he went inside. He made me stay. He says, I'm going to get you a special drink. So, yeah, special drink with Rohypnol. He picked the Rohypnol up at the bowling alley. That's what my psychologist said. And Hey, the Grateful Dead are here this weekend. You gonna go to that, Larky? I think I will. My granddaughter wants to go. So anyway, I'm an old hippie. I'm an old soul. I'm 71, but I don't want to feel 71. Even though I had a heart attack 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago. They said my body was pouring out troponin. And I said, no, I did not have a heart attack. My doctor said, you did. Your troponin level. Anyway, I was, oh, you bad, surviving the storms. Dorothy, you're naughty. We're thieves. We're car thieves. Anyway, this guy took me up to the mountains and, yeah, the gorge. Oh, are you going to go, Lark? Let's go. Ooh, I'll drive my crazy bus there. That big motorhome. I think we're going to get rid of it. I want a bigger, better, nicer one. um, anyway. Oh, that's right. Your son. Yeah. A few weeks ago at the gorge. Scary. Grand Theft Auto. Yep, that's us. Anyway, he kept me. I remember a little bit of what he did, but he kept urging me to drink this cola that had something in it. He got me a cherry cola. And I says, I don't drink cola because cola is a drug. And I was Seventh Adventist and I signed a temperance card, meaning I would never put anything bad in my body, meaning caffeine, because caffeine was a drug. And he got mad and he says, drink it anyway. But I didn't know anything about putting stuff in a drink. I was just too young to understand that. Anyway, he spent 2 days having his way with me and keeping me drugged. And then he took me home a very damaged girl. And he told me if I told anyone, he took his right hand and he held my hand as we pulled into my driveway Sunday or Monday morning. So I was gone 2 nights. And he says, if you dare tell anybody, I will murder your sisters. I know where they are. And I was terrified. But I broke down and I did tell my mom, and I started getting welts, huge welts on my neck. And she took me to the ER and she says, don't tell them what happened. Just tell them that you're being out of control. So I couldn't tell them. My mom was so horrible. Because I told my parents, my dad called his brother, and his brother and him took some tire irons and chains and stuff, and they beat him to death. He almost killed him, knocked all his teeth out. And so he knew that I had told on him. And my mom had gone back to school because she was getting her degree, her RN degree, and in 1964, and I was 14. And I was left alone all the time. My dad would go off gambling, and I had a deer. I was friends with the deer and chickens, and I had a horse, but then my horse was gone by then. I was given 2 horses, and I was so excited, but then I found out my dad was getting paid for boarding these horses, and I was told they were mine, but then they were taken away. So I had a quarter horse named Desert Sorrel, but it wasn't really my horse. My sisters had horses. I grew up with horses. If you look up Dr. Shelby Philly, my sister is a horse cow specialist, and she's won big awards for her work. My other sister's a psychologist. She says I'm crazy. She's spot on. Anyway, so my deer was my best friend, and I would pet it, and I was consoling it and crying and telling it what had happened when all of a sudden it got shot. That guy shot it from across the street. He didn't He wasn't trying to shoot the deer because the deer was right here. Its head was right here, and I was doing this just inches away from me, and its body, it got hit up in the upper flank and killed my deer. And now that can't be legal, but this was way out in the country, and he got away with it because we moved a few weeks later because my mom graduated from Sacramento State College with her. She graduated cum laude, top in her class, and she had 3 children. So what does that tell you? That either my mom's really smart or she's focused on herself. You decide. She wasn't focused on her children, that's for sure. She was focused on herself and getting her degree because my dad said that she was too stupid of a Mexican. My mom was Mexican, and he said she was too stupid to go anywhere. Well, she wanted to prove him wrong. And my grandparents were very wealthy, and they had dairies, and they bought her a brand new 1964 or 63 Plymouth Fury as a graduation present. But my mom didn't get to drive it. Bob drove it. Career oriented, yeah, no kidding. Worse than. She was a very good nurse, but she was not a good mother. She didn't care. She never cared about any of us or her grandkids. And then she had my brother when I was 21, and she pawned him off on me. But he hates my guts because he thinks that I broke up the family because I helped my mom get away from Bob because he was always taking her money. Anyway, so long story short, that guy tried to murder me by shooting, but he missed me and got my deer. And I was very traumatized by that. Yeah, so it was really bad. It was really hard for me to go through that stuff. And then we moved a couple of weeks later down to Loma Linda, California, to the big Adventist community. And I went to a new school every year, and my grades didn't transfer because my school bill was left unpaid. And they told me I wasn't going to graduate because my school bill is unpaid. And I couldn't. And don't feel sorry for me, Larky. I married a very good man, and he's given me a very, very good life. We've traveled around the world. We go to Kauai. I can go to Kauai anytime I want. I'm not saying money is everything, but being poor sucks. But money isn't everything, but it sure helps, that's for sure. But yeah, I have a very good husband, and he's given me a good life. So don't feel sorry for me, and we try to help others as much as we can. And I think that's where, yeah, poverty sucks. Yeah, I worked at Portland Adventist, Larky. Did you ever go to Portland Adventist? My mom worked there, and she delivered babies. So I got to familiar with these prisoners there in Las Colinas and learned their stories. And 99.9% of them have a history of being molested. And Mary was a cousin of Jesus. Who was it that molested Mary? And Jesus had told him it was Jesus's cousin Mary, not his mother Mary. But anyway, yeah, he molested her. And Jesus said, those men that do that are the worst of the worst, because look what it does to women. And do you know what fibromyalgia is? That is a very painful condition. That's where your joints, everything hurts. And do you know that 95% of people with fibromyalgia are women. What does that tell you? And 95% of those that have fibromyalgia, Mary Magdalene, Jesus's cousin. Anyway, she was molested. And yeah, I have fibromyalgia really bad. It's very painful. And it doesn't, you can't tell. Look at, do I look sick? Do I look like I'm in pain? Every inch of my body hurts. And 99 or 80, well, 99% of those with fibromyalgia are women. And 85% of those with fibromyalgia were molested as children. So what does that tell you? And this is per the fibromyalgia king up at OHSU, Dr. Robert Bennett. He's written books on that, but a lot of colleagues deny that. Anyway, I better close this live. Thank you for coming, and give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. If you hate me, give me a thumbs down. But anyway, look at my video of all those cops on my street. And I'm going to do I'm going to call Valley Ray and talk to him about this. This is a serial killer. She lives in Lebanon, has a wood dry sauna. Oh, does she like that? Does the sauna help her? Yeah, the heat feels good. I was thinking about getting a sauna. Anyway, and then my husband was on Web Sleuths. Uh, Trisha with Web Sleuths. He was on there just recently. You should look it up. And he talked about the Titan, the submersible, because my husband was on a submarine, U.S. submarine, and he was a ping jockey, a communications expert. So he knows a lot what happened there on that submersible. Yeah, tell your cousin did you say she lives in Lebanon? To stop eating wheat and to take methyl B12. That's a form of B12 that your body uses. Not meth, not crystal meth, but methyl B12. Methyl. And methyl, methylcobalamin. Yeah. Anyway, that will help. Yeah, and Oregon is the worst place to live when you have fibromyalgia because of the dampness. And my husband has fibromyalgia. Yeah, no meth, but methylcobalamin, methyl Bala, Bali, balamin, like vitamin. And that is what your body uses. If you take the regular B12, your body can't convert it into what your body needs, and your body needs methyl B12. And anybody with any kind of gut issue or anybody over 40 will benefit from taking methyl B12. And you can get it at Costco for $20 for 300 tablets at the 5,000 micrograms. Get some, and I promise you, it will make you feel really good. A lot better. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for shopping Kmart. Hey, you know what? There's a lot of people that are hurting out there. Please do something kind to them. If you go to the store, you see somebody that's having a hard time and counting out a few dollars or a few pennies. Not when they're buying junk or soda pop or something, but trying to pay for their milk or something. I like to buy an extra turkey. Hi, Liza. Oh, Liza. Hey, did you know Larry's cancer biopsy came back negative? He doesn't have cancer. So anyway, I was just getting off. Liza, how you doing? Liza's she was our what were you? Liza's here. Come say hi to Liza. She was our student that lived with us. We miss you, Liza. Here, Larry's going to say hi.
Liza, yay! I'm glad you can see me. Boy, am I ugly.
He is ugly. Are you still here, Liza? Liza is going to nursing school. She got a full scholarship there in Brazil. Our pastor is going to bring something to you from here. You want that turquoise dress that you used to like? I was going to have him take it with him when he goes to. He's going to take it to where you are, the university there, so you won't have to worry about it get stolen. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you. And like I said, there's a lot of people hurting out there. If you know somebody that's really poor and having a hard time, buy them a gallon of milk, and then you do without something. You do without a cup of coffee or a cup of Starbucks or eating out. Make a sacrifice and see what happens. You will be doubly blessed, and I promise you. Not that you do that just to get a blessing, but I kid you not, you will feel good anyway. God bless you. Thank you. And like I said, do something nice for somebody. Does that pimple look bad? Ew. Hey, I saw what's her name? Noodle Mash. She was doing that zit squeezing. She's funny. Anyway, take care. I got to end the stream. Bye bye. Love you.